trying to find that entry point to begin the afternoon session here. So we are not hearing it yet.
And as long as the jury is not in the courtroom, really the lawyers can pretty much move about more freely and be a little more deliberate in terms of what they're doing. It's when the jury comes in the courtroom that they really have to get on their toes and make sure everything runs smoothly.
Yesterday's session went until 5:30, which was the latest that we have seen. The judge always likes to talk about, we will release you at a reasonable hour, but he's always ambiguous as to what that hour may be. I would guess, as much as we have coming today on the docket in terms of witnesses, and now with this delay, we could be running toward 5:30 again.
I think that's probably right, Jeff. I think that the jury, as long as the jury is comfortable with the schedule, the judge will be comfortable. The judge wants to make sure the jury has all of their scheduling needs met and that there are no problems with them staying a little longer. This jury seems like they have a good relationship with the judge, that they're not afraid to speak up. So if there's a reason why they can't stay after 5, they will let the judge know. But the judge would like to probably stay as late as possible because it means the trial will take fewer days.
I was checking out Julie Wolf on Twitter. Julie is one of the few reporters that is inside the courtroom right now, and she has been tweeting. You might want to check her out if you are following this trial. Check her out on Twitter. It's at Julie Wolf, and it's and they really give you, I think, a view of actually being inside the courtroom.
And what's nice about the tweets, Jeff, is that you can get basically up to the second updates. With us, we're really only able to talk with you during breaks, but with Julie's tweeting, you can really get a second-by-second update of what's going on in case you can't watch the video.
All right, we've also been getting a number of emails to 11 Alive and on Facebook and Twitter as well, suggesting that somehow or other we are in charge of the microphones, that the lawyers should be wearing portable microphones, and on and on and on about the technical aspects of this court. I think we've become very spoiled with some of the other court cases where we have been able to hear everybody. We're not in control of that. The judge is in control of all of that, and whether they want to use microphones or not, that is their own discretion.
And you've seen that with some of the questioning of the witnesses by the attorneys. They may step away from the lectern, as the judge has obviously given them permission to do, and so it is more difficult to pick up the audio. I'll tell you that some judges make the attorneys stay at the lectern and not be more than an arm's length away from the lectern without the judge's permission. But Judge Adams, who has worked with all of these lawyers for many years, feels comfortable enough with them to know that they're not going to engage in any kind of shenanigans, so that he gives them a little more room to walk about the courtroom.
If this case would have had one of those very, very authoritative judges like that, it would have a very, very different look.
How much am I losing by not being an independent contractor versus doing a corporate job, getting benefits and 401k and whatever that I wasn't getting? Believe me, Preston has said that. No, it's not. I think I almost saying that. You asked about my debt to income ratio. We could always have dipped into our savings. We always knew that. That was against his principle. And selling the house, we could have done that too. He loves lake houses, like his meals to a lot of people. That boat, I don't know, it's just his thing. That would have ripped a part of him out that we didn't want to do at the time. We all wanted to do that.
We can talk about the lake house.
Okay.
Were there times that you used the lake house by yourself with kids, or by yourself with kids without Rusty?
There was one weekend, I think Rusty was out of town. I took the kids, but Andrea lived in also, but I brought her friends, no.
Were there any times that Rusty used the lake house by himself without you and the kids, or with the kids without you?
He may have, the week that I was out of town for some reason, he may have taken the kids by himself. I honestly didn't have to look at the calendar, but that was a was not inviting 5,000 people to his birthday party this year. You know,
Is that what the birthday party was?
Well, that was one of the Labor Day weekend, not on that day.
Just to make sure that I understand the usage.
Oh, yeah. House. Every weekend.
Every weekend,
Yep.
you, Rusty, and the
Family.
kids,
Yep.
bare minimum, would spend the weekend at the house. If Rusty wasn't able to go for a weekend, for whatever the reason was,
Okay.
it would be
I would not.
you and the kids, or you, a friend, and the
But
kids.
that, I'm telling you, I would not do that. I'm telling you, I want to be
Really
accurate
just
with you. One weekend.
was that?
One weekend.
Okay.
That's it.
And
I would
Rusty,
never, I can't handle the lake house on myself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, you'll see when you go, it's not the house, but like a 2-year-old, a 5-year-old, getting the boat down in the water, getting it back up, there's engine plugs, there's,
there's just so much out there for a child to get into.
exactly, they can fall in the lake. I can't watch them and get the boat down. It's not the house, actually. It's nothing to do with the house. It's a very simple house, ranch with a basement. It's
Too
more,
much.
I gotta turn on the water. I have to turn on the hot water tank. Rusty turns it off every time. Like, Rusty has things that he knows what to do every time. I don't necessarily, I would know to do them. I'm capable of doing them. But why? I could, if he would stop the summer, I would start him deadly. I mean, it's just, it's not right. And he's passed, by the way, a couple weeks since August. So he attends religious school every Saturday, almost every Saturday. If we went to the lake house, which we went less frequently, we wouldn't leave Saturday until, but previous to that, we were like a Friday night, leave after traffic dies down kind of thing. Go around 285.
And as far as Rusty conducting business, he would never do that at the lake house. That's his, that makes it sound like to me.
Unplugged place.
I don't want to put words.
Oh no, that is the word.
But that's his sanctuary. Is that a good term? Can you think of any reason why he would want to go to the lake house and conduct business? Can you think of any reason why Rusty would want to go to the lake house by himself?
There, I think, was one weekend where we bought some patio furniture.
Okay.
And I think he needed to take out the patio furniture, and I had to still work. He wanted to get out there early and pick it up at Lowe's. And literally, I don't have a very private after MDX. But we had to put seats down, so that means no car seats.
Right.
So we had to shovel the furniture in. So I think he was there for a whole day before I got and came in the other car.
You know when that was?
I have pictures. There are pictures.
Okay.
He took pictures of the furniture. He was so proud of the new furniture, how he could sit on the furniture and see the lake.
Okay.
So I'm sure we could look that up based on the dates and the pictures. But it was only a couple of weeks before Sophia's party because we bought the furniture for her in preparation. It was on sale at the end of the summer. Rusty likes the deal. Right. And so, so he, I want to say it was mid-August. It must have been. There are credit card records from Lowe's where we bought the furniture. I'm sure you can look that up. We bought it at several Lowe's because it was on sale, so we had to call the Sandy Springs Lowe's. That's here, close to us. They had one chair or one couch, and the Lowe's near the lake had another chair. It was like, you know what I'm saying? There were pieces of furniture. Anyway, so we took it out in pieces, and I remember one time in that mid-August time frame, we needed to get the furniture out there, and he went out the day, but I couldn't go. I had to work, and Sophia had school, right? School started like August 10th, since he could go out early, since he doesn't have the traditional job, he took more of the furniture out to get it out there before the period.
Okay, he was up there with the kids because you couldn't, because of the patio furniture, you didn't have the car seats, he had car seats, so he...
No, he took furniture.
Oh, he took the...
I picked up the kids and brought them out later.
Okay.
Right, I had the car key. I didn't have to schlep the furniture.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Not the choice.
Okay.
And that was a day?
Yes.
That's it. Okay. Did he ever entertain his business partners at the lake house?
Only by himself?
Yeah. Him and his business partners would go out and do a business lunch at the lake.
Never. He did invite, we invited couples and their families to come on the weekends when we were there, when I was there.
Does this sound like, as far as family fun activities, I guess you do that as you really never separate it? Is that accurate? That's awesome. You know,
I don't know how to make it, because you're totally right, and everything we did, everything is together, every freaking thing.
I am so happy that you have all these memories.
And I want you to understand something. Everything you're asking me is fine, and I'm answering you appropriately, or however you think I'm answering you. But you've got to know, right? It's making me not feel very good. And I know you warned me that, so I'm not saying I wasn't warned. But I want to have the memories that you're talking about and not think about the 4 times that we fought or whether he thought his job was more important than mine. I don't want to think about that. But I know I have to, and I know I'm trying. But I'm just telling you how I feel. And you don't get how I feel. I just like we're at home.
I don't care how you feel, it's just stuff that needs to be
I understand, and I want to talk about it.
this is some of the reasons why I hate asking these questions. Okay, you're doing a fantastic job.
Okay.
But do you need to take a break?
No, I don't want to take a break because I'm going to get to this other stuff because
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
Ready to eat some more water?
No.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you ever allow neighbors or friends to use the lake house when you guys were up there?
Neighbors or friends used the big house while we're not there.
Or other family members?
No other family members. 3 years ago, we had a friend, her name is Sherry, and she just got divorced. And she's going through a tough time. She came to the lake house with us, the children, one weekend. She was very relaxed at that time, and she voiced that it was a very relaxing environment. And we, of course, offered her, you should feel free to come here anytime. Get away from Atlanta, get away from her memories of her divorce. I think she came once or twice. This is over 3 years ago, at least. That's it.
Did she ever do that?
At once or twice. Well, actually, she was at my house. That was her memory. That was what she shared back with me. I wouldn't have remembered it if she didn't share it back with me. She said, I was so thankful for you and Rusty giving me that time to heal. So she told me, I honestly thought that I remembered that she was good. So that makes sense to answer.
You said that traditions had a key.
Only since Sunday.
What's the Sunday?
Take this name down. Dave Bring, B-R-I-N-G. He has a key. He is my handyman / we call him Uncle. you'll see from the media that that's the reason why he's a very large gentleman that is incredibly there. His wife, Robin, both of them are the most lovely people. They've been in our lives since the 5 seconds after we moved into the White House, in the sense that I am a leaf. I am a quantity of leaves. You'll see me go. It's very wooded. I tried to love them and collect them myself. I'm especially pregnant, and I realized I couldn't do it myself. I've been wrestling up to what I'm saying. I was determined to fix up that yard, and I actually realized my limitations. And Dave, I got his card from a local hardware store, called him to case the house, gave an estimate for fixing the leaves. He was like, Uncle Dave, he took care of anything we needed at the White House. His wife, Robin, they both became friends of ours. They've been since his birthday party several times. Their children live here in Atlanta. He's that's the story of that. He watches over the White House for us. And I use that in quotation marks because he only knows when we ask him. Like if we are worried that like something got left on or something, we call him and ask him to go. Okay.
Now, so as generally, so like your understanding is that nobody outside of you rescuing the kids will use the house. Period. And if anybody did go to the house, it was because you asked them to do something very specific.
And in fact, it's very easy is not the right word, but we leave everything right where it's supposed to be. If someone were there while we were not there, we would know.
Now, ties in with the White House. Taking a couple steps back, you start working at GE.
Yep.
Rusty leads Discovery.
Sure. Entire and leads.
You no longer work at Discovery.
Discovery Point, and yes.
So he has to take care of the kids.
He has to take more care of the kids.
He has to take more care of the kids. His day is more occupied than it had been up to that point, taking care of the kids.
Absolutely. Yeah. There was stress, there was frustration, all of it. And yes, I was frustrated with him. He was actually really kind of frustrated. I think he was. I mean, he was just frustrated that he's the one dropping off the kids after years of not having dropped off the kids.
He dropped off the kids at their various places in the morning.
Yes.
And then he has to pick up the kids from the various places.
I also picked them up. He wasn't the only one.
You both did?
Yes, but he did it more often than I, if he probably looked at the calendar or asked me that.
Okay. Between those two time periods, he was supposed to be working on, before the startup, working on researching company survivors. And then after the time the kids were supposed to be picked up to get home, did he continue with that, or was that when he moved on to family time?
That would have been possible.
Okay.
And that was a short period because I was coming home. I tried to work this alternative schedule where I was home by 4:30.
After you decided to hire the nanny.
Yes.
So the kids are taking care. Would the nanny take the kids to school?
No, that's the thing. So morning. So remember, summer was a tough time because camp hours are like real short. As of August 9th, he was in elementary school. He starts at 10 a week. He was not active. He was very different. Sophia had been doubly prepped up through May. She was there for several years before that. But they went to summer camp in a different place. Temple Emmanuel on Spalding. especially when it was like preschool and that
And is that where Ian went before you went to going prep?
yes. Ian was up through April when I started my job. Ian was at home, either with me or with Samantha Archer, his nanny from when he was born. And I worked such flexible hours that I was grateful to work that out. When I started working TV, we had to find a place to put him for more hours of the day. And Sam couldn't be a 5-day-a-week full-time type nanny. She was in school. What was the question? I told you about summer camp.
Yeah, Ian attended the preschool
Called Temple Mayo.
at Temple Mayo before he went to Illinois prep.
On August 9th, the day she started Vanilla, the same day he started Illinois prep. I'm pretty sure I told my calendar, but I feel like that was, yeah. And that was a huge relief, by the way, for both of us, because, as I said, camp hours is not a full-time daycare in that place. They try to be, but they're not. So the camp technically doesn't start till over 9 o'clock, 9:30 range. I had to pick him up at 4:30 because those men said the place closed at 4:30, although Andy was very flexible with me. I ran late and got to 400 after 7:05. So she was not, she was every week on the street. On the day that I had to pick up and Rusty had meetings or whatever, she would have worked. Yeah, she loved it and all things out there.
Do you happen to know or contact with us about that?
Sure. It's possible I don't. It might be about 6 weeks, but I can get it in my no, I can't find it, but I do have a notebook somewhere that has it in it. It is about Temple Mayo preschool. Anyways, the hour makes finish, right? The hours were a little later, right? This starts from the 9 o'clock range, ends like 4:30. So it's not daycare. It's not like it starts at 7 or 7:30 and goes to 6. Government prep does that. Sophia's school, at the time, initially, we were like, you're taking the bus, taking the bus. You know, her bus comes at 6:30. Can you imagine 5-year-old getting up at 6 a.m.? We did it for a little over a month. Yeah. And then, in fact, I was at town one time. Rusty overslept by accident. So we had to go through what they call carpool, you know. It's not actually like you can carpool people, but it doesn't matter. It's a carpool line. You take your kids to school, that's what carpool means. He slept in that day. So we had to take her to the carpool line. She thought that was the best thing she's ever done. So she convinced him, and then of course, when I came back, convinced me that carpool was the best thing ever. And plus, she gets an extra 40 minutes to speak.
Well, that's the motivation.
Right.
Okay. That's good.
So anyway, that once Vanderlyn, so regardless of whether she takes the bus at 6:30 or I take her at carpool at 7:10, which is when I take her to school, which I think we talked about. It's really early, and she's gone. I can go to work. I'm at work by 7:45. 8 at the latest. Rusty stays home. Rusty does Ian. Every day. Has. Since now we
Drops them off by 9 o'clock.
Anyway, there was also after, since Government prep goes till 6, we of course never wanted to make it until 6. I mean, always tried to pick up earlier. But the flexibility of daycare, besides why people do it, is why the stress factor went down. With the summer camp, there was no flexibility.
More structure.
And she goes to aftercare at the JCC, and that's the 6:15. So again, we never left our kids, very rarely, I mean, a couple times we had the option.
That sounds perfect.
And that, the who picks up who by exactly one time, it was still a discussion every day.
It's less stressful.
Right. The summer was hard. It was scary. Okay. What did you ask me? Okay.
Is there of the answers have been, we're thinking hypotheticals, very definite answers.
Mine?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is it conceivable in any fashion?
Okay.
That, let me preface this. You can agree that while you're GE, you're going on based on faith and routine that you know what Presley's doing during the time he goes during the workday.
And I can see share that in the calendar.
Okay.
I can see
So you can see what his schedule is.
every minute.
Okay.
I mean, assuming you push, assuming it's in the calendar, so there.
Right.
That's your hypothetical there.
Is it possible
Okay.
that he could go to the lake house without you knowing it? No. There's no possible way.
Okay.
It's inconceivable that he would break his routine like that.
Yeah. Rusty barely had time to go to the bathroom.
That's busy.
I barely had time to go to the bathroom. If he could fit in the trip to the lake house, I mean, that's Superman time.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. The regular routine
Okay.
for going to the lake house, is that a 365-day?
It was, so I think I was explaining that to you before.
Right.
It was until she started religious school,
Okay.
which is every Saturday morning.
Right.
He was eating a couple Saturdays and we had holidays and they have to close. Jewish holidays, they close. I know it's not hot, but they actually close for the holidays. Until that, it was 98% of the weekends of the year. The 2% was we went on vacation somewhere else. We had a birthday party in Dunwoody that we stayed for Sophia. You know, randomly, a couple friend of ours had some dinner that we wanted to go to. But we were very selective about
What do you do?
exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Okay. So,
But starting in August 15, 16, 17, whenever the first day of religious school was, there was Saturday sometime in there. Those decisions were easier to stay in Dunwoody because we couldn't leave Friday night because she has religious school Saturday morning.
that's August of this year.
Okay, no. Yeah, she started regular school on August 9th.
Okay.
And I'm almost positive the 21st was the first day of religious school. Either that or the 28th. We have to look at it. So starting on, yeah. And it doesn't mean we didn't go. I'm just telling you we didn't leave Friday night. We would try to leave Saturday. And if we didn't leave Saturday, we stayed in Dunwoody and did Dunwoody things. Right? Does that answer the question?
It does. SOPHIA. Okay, so it's safe to say
Forget.
Monday through Friday, business at home, family time. Friday, depending on the time of year, Friday or Saturday.
Correct.
If you're not at home, guaranteed to find you at the lake house.
Yeah, yeah.
Period. And if you weren't at the lake house, it's because there was some sort of special event going on that you guys have consciously made a decision on beforehand that this event is special enough to not go to the sanctuary. That sounds great. I hope I can get to a point where I can do it happens. So, yes. Let's talk about the cruise. That is the one you guys just got back from.
Yes. Okay.
And then we can go back to the one in March. So, this year, 2010, you take two cruises.
That's nice, right?
I love cruises.
One with kids and parents, that's March, just to be clear.
Okay, that was the big family vacation.
Yeah. It was March time where we went. It was my parents and us and the children.
And you guys,
a little quiet. I'm a little more party buzzer. I don't know if that's the same person that you are. We weren't 30 people, so.
What about
Exactly. Okay, so the cruise.
the cruise that you just got back from?
Yeah.
You said you spent, you met a couple on there that you spent a lot of time with.
A lot is an overstatement. We ate dinner with them every night.
Okay.
The last night of the cruise, we went to the dancing club with them.
You guys did, you never got off the boat, right?
I never got to know.
There was a one-stop cruise.
Yep. In Cozumel.
In Cozumel. Did the rest of you get off the boat in Cozumel? So you both stayed on the boat.
Okay.
How often were you guys separated on the boat?
Never.
Never? Okay. It's not that hard to
You know, there's one time.
separate. It's a ship. It's a ship.
One time he took a nap in
Okay.
the room. I went to the workout.
Okay.
Although on the rest of the days, we worked together.
Okay.
There was one day he was really tired and he took a nap and I was in the mood to nap, so I left him.
Relationship.
I can. That's right. Okay, keep asking me.
The couple that you had dinner with, did you guys, were you assigned a table? And were the other couples assigned at the same table?
Yes?
Did the table have a number?
I have no idea. No idea.
But it was
Because when you
your
walk,
assigned table.
actually, you want me to write this down?
Sure.
When I get home, I still have those little, you'll see me on it. You want cards? You get those cards.
Yep.
It's your ID and then how you can charge your drinks or whatever. It has the table number. You want to know what that is?
Yeah.
I stay.
Yeah, I would love to get that. Actually, any information that you have for the cruise, if it's just a card or whatever, I would love to get, because we need to get information on that.
Okay. I have the phone number, you know?
Oh, you have their phone number?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'll tell you why. Her name is Diane. Trump is in the dump.
So they did?
No, but we actually had a really funny conversation about her before she was sharing with her. Because she's D. Trump, right? Her name is superficial. So she got a chance to stay in a really, really nice hotel room because they got sugar, so they could down shopping and back to Her mobile number is 703-989-0271. Remember, I told you we don't have to say this, Eric. But let's
Have this phone number?
no, I only have hers.
Yeah, the cards, we can give you the cards out, take a photocopy of that.
That would be great.
Not an issue.
So the first night we get on the cruise, you look at your table number. You show that number to the guy at the front door, and he shows you their table is. You never think of the number again because you're an idiot if you don't know where the table is. The first night there were two couples at the table. There's a couple that I'm giving you their number, and I told you this is what
We never elaborated.
I don't have any more information much than her, but let's talk it through.
Do you remember their names? Let's go. Okay, let's start with something.
Maybe her name was Heather, but that is not that could not be accurate. He was a funeral director. I mean, it was only because you don't meet a lot of funeral directors. And you always wonder who has the personality to be a funeral director. She's a teacher. Like special.
White, black.
They were both white, I think. She was definitely white. He was also white, but had a very short black beard, very short. And a lot of the hair, right? You know, like this thing.
A little stuff, a little
Extra, so it's longer here, but a little shorter here.
Okay.
Anyway,
You know where they're from?
Florida? And I don't remember where.
Trumps were from DC.
That's right. Russ and I are very talkative. The Trumps are very talkative, it turns out, which I think why we got along. This particular couple, they were nice enough, but not as talkative. So if you're giving me a choice, they were the weirder of the bunch, although maybe that we were weird for me. But he was very quiet. She's wasn't going to start. They're not married. They were boyfriend and girlfriend, I presume. We actually never talked about it. She has a daughter. I have no idea what his situation is. Okay. They sat with us the first dinner. We all did normal, like, introductory conversations. Where are you from? What do you do? That kind of thing. We're done with dinner, and that's the end of that. We part ways. Yeah. We see the Trumps again the next night, and only see them at dinner, by the way. The couple whose names I can't remember, never came back to our table because we saw them in a picture line. You know how they have photos everywhere that you cannot take them? We saw them. We were standing behind them in the picture line. We asked them, did we do something like a joking, like, how come we didn't come back to dinner? They said that they had initially asked for the 8:45 time slot, you know, there were 2 seatings, and they got moved, so by the second night there was space. They could figure out to move them. But on the first night, they never did. They don't know where it was, when I was supposed to go. I never saw them again, ever, the entire cruise.
And that was the only time that you guys went to
the first dinner, and the bumping at the film. The Trumps we saw every night at dinner. I'll tell you why I didn't see them during the day. They were on this cruise. She had a mission to become scuba certified, which we talked a ton about, because I just found it fascinating that that would be something she wanted to do. And it gives me a cruise, and then go to class all day, because literally the cruise had like a scuba class. She was in a classroom or in the pool doing fake dives all day. So with her husband. I think that's a waste of cruise, but that's, to each his own. Anyway, so we saw them at dinner. And they were exhausted every night. They were scuba diving. Me, I'm not so tired. I look all day. I worked out. I wasn't very exhausted. Anyways.
How old? You said that the Trumps were in their mid-30s?
Yes, I think they're 35. She said she was 35. He never said how old he was. I'm assuming he was close. Yes, there's no reason for me to think that he wasn't in his same age, 36 with Rusty. I have no idea. Slightly older than that. I want to say more in their late 30s, early 40s.
Now, you start getting on choked up talking about that. So you guys would eat dinner, part ways, start getting choked up. Don't make it together. Did that evoke some sort of memory for the cruise?
The last night, finally, they weren't so tired, right? We finally found out that we had a love of dancing. And so we agreed to go to the dance club. So from the point of dinner onwards, essentially, we sort of waited for the dance club to open, and we danced until, 1:30 a.m.
It was good.
It was a blast. She and I had a blast. Her husband doesn't dance.
Okay.
And makes money jokes about it. Rusty actually did come on the dance floor for songs like Michael Jackson and Will Smith. Like, these are some people that he somehow has some sort of weird connection with. And we agreed when we parted ways late at night. Their flight was also out for London the next day, and not until 3 or 3:30. Ours was at 2:30.
Okay.
We agreed to share a taxi. Right? No reason not to share a taxi from the port to the airport.
Yeah.
We shared a taxi. We got off the boat together. We shared a taxi together. We continued talking. We got to the airport. We said, why doesn't everybody check in? Meaning, check in for your flight. Get rid of your bag. Why don't we have lunch? There was a ton of time. We got to the airport at like 10:30, 11. Our flight wasn't until 2:30. I mean, Fort Lauderdale is not the fanciest airport. And we thought, let's just chat more. Let's have lunch at the place that's outside of security, because they had to go to who knows where, and we had to go to who knows where concourse. 2 concourses. So anyways, we exchanged numbers when we first got to the airport to say, call me when you guys are done checking in, which I did. We met there's a Chili's. in between conferences, you know, like we had lunch. And we just continued talking.
That's very cool.
Whatever. We talked about our kids. We talked about everything. They had kids, you know, 2 older boys, a girl who was very close to the school, close to the music. You know, she was in Iraq. I mean, it's something I didn't have that in my history. I'm not a military person. I find it fascinating. The several we did, she got voluntarily. She's a civilian, even though she actually was in the reservists. She volunteered. That's kind of a fascinating mentality. That someone would do that. I mean, and actually ask her that in the opportunities, which I thought was really too personal of a question for me to ask. Now that I think about it. But I understand what you did for the kids, you know, what were you sort of, right? And she gave me a very appropriate answer, is that she used to support that her son do something to serve their country, and that was her piece.
Now, have you guys been in touch with Jenna since then?
Not only talking. She posted on we became Facebook friends that morning also, right? She asked, are you on Facebook? I said, yes. Here's you, here's me, confirm. We haven't communicated at all. I happen to see, early in the morning, I read what people are posting about wrestling, and one of the first, second, or third days, you know, she finally heard about it in Washington, and she didn't see it. If you want, by the way, you can access all those passwords on Facebook page if you're interested.
Oh,
So, give you that, or that.
oh, do you have it coming?
Well, I have 3 of the 4 that are now existing because they have a PR firm that's managing it.
Where are they going?
I don't know anything more about this, but I'll tell you, my page is, my username is A. Sneiderman at Yahoo. Yes. My username is A. Sneiderman at Yahoo.com. Which is also my email address, which I think you put up there. The password is must be 7.
Lowercase, what does it
I don't think it does, but yes. Must be in the number 7. Rusty's Facebook page is R. Sneiderman at bellsoft.net. Maybe I should
Does the number 7 have any relevance?
we used to have a license plate on his first car or second car. And the license plate was, you know, what the first one thing. So I passed that. There's a third page, Rusty's Memory, R-U-S-T-Y-S, Memory, at yahoo.com. That's M-E-N-O-R-Y, no R. Okay, I think it's Rusty's Memory at yahoo.com. And the PR firm is managing that one, but I think the password to that is Stewart79. They came up with that password, S-T-E-W-A-R-T. I can have Todd send you the email with that information, but it's Stewart79. Whatever. They changed it. We changed it, but they could start managing the page. And there is a 4th page. I think it's help us find Rusty's killer or murderer or something. I have no idea. It could, the password could also be this. I don't know. We're going to have to, I can have Todd forward you that email. Okay. Do you want me to write that down? Do you want me to write down for Todd to forward you that email with the password?
Sure, that'd be good.
She posted on Facebook page. That's how it got.
Do you guys have anything from
remember how to do it. I've never used it.
How about Rusty?
I don't think so.
On Twitter?
The first time he's putting his God messing down.
Is it like on Blogger, I believe?
No. We both do have LinkedIn.
LinkedIn?
That's more of a business.
It's like a business networking.
Right. I don't use it. I don't think Rusty really does either. I mean, I'm sure he has actually posted the jobs that he's had, but it's not something we go on to. And quite frankly, we're not big Facebookers. We set ourselves up, we found no friends, and we got over both of us.
Okay.
My LinkedIn account might be exactly this. I honestly don't use it enough to remember what it is. Rusty's might be this also. Otherwise, I have no idea. I think obviously I'm going to look that up with you, but I don't know off the top of my head.
The relationship between your parents and Rusty's parents, how would you categorize that?
In law. Yeah. It's not, they don't communicate in between times that we visit. So they're not friends, but they are what they are.
Is it, do they get along? Is it just cordial? Do they dislike each other? Or one person dislike?
No. They get along. When we're together, everybody gets along just fine. In fact, they talk for old people now. We talk about lessons, facts, arguments. Yes. Right. Yes. There's nothing, there's no...
There's no hostility. Does the name Mark Anthony Silva in it? That's S-I-L-V-A.
It does sound familiar, and I can't remember from where. Can I write that down?
Yeah, write it down. If you happen to remember, honestly, I made this note a little while ago. The name came across my desk, and I can't quite remember why. Okay. Make a note that is important.
I definitely recognize it. But I have no idea how. We should probably go on Rusty's Facebook page and see if that person's on there.
Switching gears a little bit. Have you guys had any recent work done on the house? Whether it's roofing, I noticed that looks like you guys are in the process of finishing the bottom floor.
No, we're not.
We weren't going to do that.
Oh, no.
Okay.
We do not need estimates.
Yeah, it didn't work. I did.
That's the state that the basement is in, and the state was in when we moved in.
Okay. Roof work, window work, yard work, air conditioner work, carpets, any kind of contracting service for the house.
In what period?
Ever.
Okay.
Well, most importantly, within the last few months.
Okay.
Will be anything else?
We have a long guy.
We have a long guy.
Uh-huh.
And you also have the exterminator guy that you have the information for.
Yes.
Long guy. What is he
No
fairly
idea.
new?
Yes.
Okay.
We used to have another lawn service. They weren't coming consistently. We were sort of outside of their area. We used them when we lived in Smyrna. They're called Zoom Lawn Maintenance. That was in Smyrna. We use them in Dunwoody, but they don't actually have a lot of clients in Dunwoody, so meaning they didn't come as often as Rusty would have liked or when he asked. So we looked around, and we found some guy. Rusty did all the research.
Now, when
Found some guy, and I have absolutely no idea what it is.
that's the new one. Is he the first person that you've used at your Dunwoody address?
We use Zoom.
You use them, they're out of Smyrna?
I have actually no idea where they're at. I would, yes, they're trusted, but I use them when I'm in Smyrna. I have no idea where their actual office is.
Oh, okay. I got you. When you just just moved, use the same company.
Yeah. The guy I thought the owner, his name was James. We always talked about James along that. James used to call him James, I used to along that. I've never actually met him face to face.
When would you usually come into town?
In the summer, it was every other week.
Okay.
In the winter, it was more like Rusty is cheap, and he tried to stretch it out, so maybe once a month or once every 2 months. That's the grass goes dead around here. Okay, yes, the new lawn guy, no idea what his name is. I wasn't involved in that process.
Can you give me his information?
I don't know. I'll try.
We'll make sure we'll be looking for it here, and I'll let you know if we come up with it.
Okay.
Do you know when he would usually show up?
No, because I was at home. Well, maybe because it was sometime over the summer. I was at home, so I had no idea when he came. We'll find it. I don't. How often? Again, yes, every other week, I'm sure.
You don't know what time of day he would show up?
No, I have no idea.
What kind of day he would We can figure it out. Everything out there, this is a little unaffordable. So, as far as information we need to have, we can look into it. But
I can say who's new and he's new and that, no.
So we'll both work on getting more information.
Okay.
Is that all right to ask of you?
Yes, that information, the only way I can think of getting that information, I will look for his card somewhere over the house. He must have been paid.
Yeah.
I'll look through the checkbooks. Online he could have been paid. So that has to be, okay, those are the 3 candidates. Online, and it had to have been either on. All I'm paying on a 90-minute check because Rusty was also not always home, if he was home. What's the first thing I said? My card. Other work, you asked me.
Anything other than
In the past 3 months? No. Nope. In the past year, we had some gutter water issues. And water leaking into the house during, I don't know if you remember, there was a period of time where it didn't stop raining and then it was raining very hard. It was like the past September. Okay. And you know what I know what it was? It was the Jewish holidays.
Okay.
It was actually that day, and the water is dripping in the house. I'm sure it's not very nice. Anyways, the reason I figured out it was coming in is because our gutters weren't really working properly. It's not that they were blocked, sometimes they were, but it's like they weren't feeding most of each other properly. So last, like September through November, we worked with my builder of the house and whoever he recommended as the gutter guy. And the name of that, I don't remember. But my builder will know. I got on my phone, I gave his name. And I do have his number at home.
Is there any reason why the home builder would know family schedules?
We haven't seen him in forever. And those people, by the way, the gutter thing, wouldn't know our family schedule either because that happened before Ian was home then, Sophia wasn't even in kindergarten then, this was before Dominic Pratt, before Vanderlyn, so I'm trying to...
Okay. Is there, I do this sometimes when I try to catch myself when I do it, when you're making appointments with a contractor or anyone that has to come over to the house, I think out loud, I was like, okay, I gotta
Drop my kid at school.
because this time, conversation, do you ever catch yourself, or have you ever heard Rusty talk like that, you know, before someone that's trying to schedule it?
Maybe, but we don't have a lot. We don't have a lot of contractors. It's a brand new house. I mean, not brand new, it's only a couple years old, right? Besides that water problem, we haven't touched it. So I hear what you're saying. But besides the gutter people, which is quite some time ago, I haven't talked to a contractor in a very long time, or a lawn person. I haven't been home enough to say that Rusty has or hasn't said that. Okay.
I can't think of anything else to talk about except this stuff you want to present.
Okay.
Let's take a couple of seconds to breathe, relax, get our minds in gear for this. You didn't get to anything? Okay.
Mr. Clegg, is it okay to advance it since there's no conversation, or you just want to?
Oh, by all means, so you know when Joseph didn't bring this item, by all means, yes, I will.
Mr. Pasquale, I know you're not a technician, you're a lawyer, but can you advance it until another human being enters the room? But don't skip anything. And Mr. Clegg, if you could observe
Yes, sir.
if he goes too far, stop him.
I am mentioning here having been advised of my rights to require a search warrant before a search is made of the premises. Under my custody or control, it is my right to refuse to consent to such a search without a warrant. Basically the same thing that I talked to you about for your house. Those
Not me, and probably have no memory of that.
okay, I'll read this to you and I'll explain it to you. In my right to refuse consent to such a search without a warrant, and my right to withdraw consent to search at any time hereby authorized the Wayne Police Department and other officers that may designate to assist him to conduct a complete search of the premises located at 162 West River Drive. I authorize said officers to take from said premises any documents, items of property, or other evidence of a said officers. I have been advised that a search is being conducted in connection with the crime of murder. I have not been promised any reward of any type and have not been threatened in any manner. I freely and voluntarily give my consent to conduct this search to the above officer. The full understanding of my rights and actions, and I'll sign as witness here this sign. Now, your rights. As a consent to search is different from a search warrant. Consent to search is not signed by a judge. A judge from this court, the Superior Court, has not ordered a law enforcement agency to search the house. If the judge orders it, the owner of the house or person controlling, in this case you, have no choice in the matter. If the judge signs a search warrant, we go there, we do what they need. You can't say no. With a consent to search, you have the right to say no at any time. And as soon as you say no, the search has to stop. And if we wanted to continue with the search, at that point, we had to go to a court to get a search warrant from the judge. You don't have to go there if you want to, maybe the Dutchman's. If you want them to represent the family, call them, let them know, let us know, and we will do it unless they're here.
And maybe then on the day for down here, just depends.
We just need the name of the contact number.
Right.
Okay? If they say stop, we stop. If we find anything that we believe is of evidentiary value, the receipt will be made, but you've already received, and you or your family will get off. That's basically it. The most important thing. It'll be like over there. That's how we do it. So the most important thing is who you want to represent you, if anybody, and that they know that they have the right to say stop.
Yeah. Okay. You need to know that, right? Is there other submissions of the brains?
Not right now. Before 5.
Okay. I have no reason we're going for Thanksgiving. Actually, the physicians are going to put Layla, so that means our moms are at the lake. I have to call the brains. We'll find time. Anytime.
Okay.
What would you call it?
Consent search. To a consent.
That's what I'm at. And I asked them if they don't want to do it. I just tried to understand the language of this.
Read over that again. I'll make sure I get your copy.
Okay? Yep.
What do you got?
Okay. So I'm going to go actually from the bottom to the top, like these top things. We'll talk about them more. But, all right, so you've asked me like a million questions about my relationship with Rusty. Situational person or not. I think I've been fairly clear, right, that me taking this job with GE was a stressful time outside of the house. He was, right? I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everything's perfect. I told him it wasn't perfect. I just wanted some eyes, I guess. That, and yeah, there were times I was frustrated with him, but how, and he does understand. Other times he was frustrated just wanted to the check that was in the car, he must have thought that because I guess I feel nervousness that you are now holding money that either I got paid or he got paid or somebody got paid. Why do I get nervous about that?
I don't know.
Okay. It was so mysterious when you guys told me about it the first day. I feel it's still very mysterious.
Let's go through the rest of the checklist and we'll come back and we'll come out.
I'm gonna search for it. Let's talk about Star voicemail. Because I feel like I need to. I think there's stuff I don't have to reiterate to you, but I'm going to probably give you the highlights again, and then you can go back and you know, straight for it. It was just about the last time. Okay? I know you don't understand how this technology is.
I don't.
You might, right? But put your celebrity on your voicemail. You and I, in our age group, may not, I'm not sitting by their trouble to our queens and teens. And girls in their 20s, and we have some moms who push George Clooney on their phone. I have no idea. It doesn't really interest me personally, so at first I might feel dumb. But I totally got it, and I'm telling you, just in the past couple of weeks, I could tell it was really not you. This, Justin Bieber, getting, I'm sure several people have told you about it. And I just want to reiterate, he never talked to Justin Bieber himself, right? Who would do that? Scooter Braun is Justin Bieber's agent, or manager. They just had a phone call on Monday, the Monday before. Okay? They were very, very interested in the business. They had made out today in this room, two people, Harold, somebody whose name I don't last name I don't know, was Neil Jonas, and Andy Katz.
It's past 12. Jury wants to break. 10 minutes.
Andy and Harold.
Stop it right there. Check it, Mr. Clay. Make sure it's on the same. All right.